Hey guys, Cam315 back at it with another video for you guys, and I am back with the return of DanDan. Man, the wait was worth it. The last time we got DanDan, we had that blue balled cliffhanger where Momo was legitimately in the freaking hot springs about to potentially get SA'd to these weird freaking dudes, and they talking about Gator. You know what a Gator is? Dude, look, I'm happy that DanDan is back, and I definitely can't wait to get into these next few episodes throughout the course of this summer, or this season of the anime for summer of 2025. So we can see more content and get more greatness of DanDan. Now, obviously, typically, if you remember from my reviews from last season, I typically would have my co-host Red Wolf with me. And if you've been watching any of the previous, recordings that I've been doing as of late in terms of reviews, that he's been on, we've already said like, hey, if we end up reviewing DanDan, that's the case, together. But because today is the holidays, because I'm recording this on July 4th, he ended up sending me a message yesterday after I got done watching the episode saying that he actually is going out of town. So that's the thing. But anyways, because he's out of town, he'll be gone for 1 week, or this week, or in terms of any of the other animes that came out today, or came out this week that we typically, or that we discussed beforehand, that we might, review together. So yeah, but I'm going solo this week, and yeah, it's great. Now, if you're wondering why was this review not posted yesterday, well, I had to go into work because, again, for people who don't know, I work in the sports field, and because I work in the sports field, of course, we had a game yesterday, which was technically our 4th of July game, just a day earlier, but it was basically, packed, and then, I got home around 10 p.m. at night, so by the time then I got in, went to sleep, yada yada yada, and it's already crazy that I woke up at 5 in the morning because people are popping fireworks. 4th of July is one. If you guys don't know, 4th of July was a great weekend or a great type of holiday when you're a kid, but when you're an adult, it honestly, frankly, gets annoying, especially when people are popping fireworks. But anyways, let's get into the review. Let's not talk about personal stuff. DanDan Season 2, Episode 1. We pick up right where we last left off with the whole Momo Gator stuff and these stupid pervs, right? So you get that whole situation. Now, so you basically get these dudes pulling in on Momo like that, right? Legitimately pulling in on Momo. I'm just like, oh my goodness. What in the blue hell is about to happen? So Momo's like, I probably need to get the fuck out of here because I'm not trying to waste my time with these dudes. But these dudes immediately charge in. One of them, it starts grabbing her, right? Now she tries to use her powers, but she can't. She's getting pinned down to the ground under the water. And these dudes, I'm just like, bro, how is she gonna get out of this situation? Like, these dudes are literally gonna probably like R-word her right now and everything. But luckily, this is when you start to see like some of the hot springs like stuff start to collapse on these dudes. And because they're collapsing on these dudes, she finds a way to get out. So she gets out. I'm like, yes, run, run, run. And then all of a sudden, one of these dudes, one of these damn perverts grabs her freaking leg, or her thigh, well, yeah, her leg, her calf, pulls her down. And I swear, you get one of the most disgusting and disturbing scenes where she's clearly in her bath towel, and this dude's just like, oh, I'm gonna get you. And he's like about to basically pounce on top of her and probably have her way with her. But luckily, he's like, huh? And then the hot springs place literally just falls down on this dude. She literally gets out of there, right? and hides. And all of a sudden, you have like these authority people show up, and they're like, "Wait a second, it's you, damn old farts! What the hell are you doing there?" And they're like, "Oh shit, we gotta go," and everything. And we find out Turbo Granny actually sneaked in. She told Momo like, "Yeah, apparently I heard you guys were going to a hot spring and shit like that. So I was gonna just go and see what I need to go see." So in a weird way, she kind of also somewhat helped too, which was funny. But then you get this hilarious scene where like these authorities are chasing these damn dudes, and they're basically in these fucking underwear undergarments, right? And I'm like, and they're climbing up buildings and shit like that, and I'm just like, the fuck is this? This is unnatural. What is this? I have no clue, bro. I was just at a loss for words. I'm like, bro, I'm I don't even know what the hell I'm watching anymore. I'm like, well, whatever. That part is gone. They're done. They're good. I ain't gonna see these guys again, right? Right. Anyways, Momo goes to this shrine and basically kind of gets some understanding about a little bit about this town, about the fact, like, this serpent god, keeps things in check so this volcano doesn't start erupting and basically burn this place to Kingdom Come. Now, if you remember on Okaroon and Gigi's side, where we got the blue ball type of shit, there was a hole in Gigi's home, and they're like, what the hell is this hole signifying? So we do cut back to this, and they're like, well, what the hell's gonna happen here? And they're just thinking, like, you know what? Let's wait for Momo. Let's wait for Momo to show up, and maybe the thing. Doorbell honestly rings the moment they're like, yeah, maybe she shows up soon, right? She should be done. Oh, that might be her. And then Gigi goes to the door, and he's like, hey, Momo! And you see these old lady farts, bro. With these, in the middle one, with this, like, I'm just like, oh my goodness. Momo got to deal with perverted men, and Okaroon and Gigi got to deal with these grannies that might want to take them to take their virginity or something. I don't know, bro. But anyways, we find out about these ladies is to find out apparently, I guess they're the freaking renters, or they're the owners of the home. So apparently Gigi is legitimately renting the home, and we find out, like, apparently because his parents are sick, right? Basically they said that he can live in this household, and he's living for free as long as, basically he does what they tell him to do. Basically, that's kind of the whole operation there. And I'm just like, the fuck? So she starts pressing him these damn questions, right? And they're like, so, who's this dude over here? And Gigi's like, oh yeah, this is my friend. I left, and that's the reason I left, because I wanted to bring my friend over home. And she's like, uh-huh, you sure you're not lying? Because you know what happens if you lie. He's like, oh, I swear, he's my friend. And then all of a sudden, a few minutes later, the perverted boys show the fuck up, and I'm like, you can't make this shit up. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, they are in fucking trouble already. And they ask the same question. They're like, hey, Gigi, where'd you go? You just upped and left. We were wondering where you went. It's now you. I hope you weren't running away. And then also, who the hell is this guy? And Gigi again says, like, Okaroon's my friend. And they're like, oh, really? If you're his friend, what's his favorite soccer team? And I'm like, oh, shit. But Okaroon gets it right because he looked at a poster or whatever. And they're like, okay, you're all right? You're all right. But eventually they realize something's up because the old lady is like, so, where's the girl? And Gigi's like, what are you talking about? I don't got no girl. And she's like, and the old lady's like, don't lie to me right now. I know you brought a girl too. And I'm like, oh shit. So they end up paying for that, and they end up getting knocked out. So Momo's like, okay, well, hopefully Gigi and Okaroon started getting, well together and getting along, and then she walks in, and she's like, hey, Gigi, Okaroon, I'm back. Sees these dudes in their tidy whities, knocked out, and she walks in with the old ladies and the men, and she's like, oh shit. So then she starts fighting the old man, and she actually is like putting up a good fight. Like this one fight, she grabbed this one dude with her freaking powers, and she legitimately gave this dude like a freaking high jump kick. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, we play Pokemon now? Dude, bleeding profusely from the nose. She was throwing hands. Momo was throwing hands. I was like, okay, Momo, you throwing hands? You doing this thing? I'm like, okay, get their asses. Stay your man. Let's go. And then that turned upside down because old lady, leader of the old ladies, apparently she could fight too. And she fighting. I'm like, the fuck is going on here? I'm like, what in the blue hell? Also, even in the lead up to Momo getting there, Turbo Granny was like, because Momo asked Turbo Granny, like, hey, do you know what the hell is going on with the house that Gigi stayed in? And Turbo Granny is like, yeah, I just felt ominous presence all about just death and stuff like that. So, I don't think it's good that we stay here, basically, right? So, yeah. But, shit is getting crazy. Momo's fighting, right? But then she ends up freaking losing and everything. And then she ends up getting pushed through down to the hole, right? And this hole is basically sucking her down in. Pause, right? And basically we kind of get the revelations. So the revelations is apparently these old freaking ugly looking decrepit people with some of the weirdest grayest looking skin known to man. Apparently they're like these freaking, I guess you can say like the protector of the village. So basically, we find out they find people to basically sacrifice to this snake god, right? And when they sacrifice people to this snake god, well, it just essentially basically quells the volcano, nothing happens, and that's what they do. They basically find these victims that come to the village, they basically kill them, yada yada yada, throw them to this pit, and then they die. And that's when Momo puts two and two together. They're like, I think I now know how Gigi's parents died, or what happened to Gigi's parents. So it's basically revealed that they're faking the fact that Gigi's parents are sick. They basically offered Gigi's parents as a sacrifice. They sent him down the hole, and Gigi's parents more than likely are completely dead now. So Gigi is basically an orphan now. And Gigi does not know this, right? So that's the case. But, Momo's trying to fight her way out of there, but, it looks like she's going to get out of there home free. But then the old lady's like, kicks her right back down. It's like, I ain't letting you get out there. You about to be sacrificed. But then Okaroon and Gigi, they freaking recover from being knocked out. And they're like, no, we're saving Momo. But it leads to all of them, including the freaking old decrepit men and lady, down into the pits, right? And they go down in this pit. They see a bunch of buildings everywhere. So I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. And the next thing you know, they see this thing moving after Gigi falls a little bit down. I'm like, oh, okay, yada yada. What's gonna happen? And then next thing you know, the people. The old lady and old man are like, oh, it's the snake serpent. He's back, he's here, he's ready to do the sacrifice. And they start doing their freaking dance and shit and stuff like that. And then eventually when the snake shows itself, we find out it's a freaking just basically this crazy like earthworm, right? And Okaroon's like, I've seen that type of worm before. That's this. And basically we find out like apparently this worm is abnormally big. It like abnormally grew. How? I don't know. But it's just a fucking worm legitimately. Like it's literally an earthworm. Just gigantic and everything. Like, oh. So while these old people are dancing and everything, this earthworm just kills them right then and there. But actually not, because we see them show up a little bit later. But you get my point. And they're like, oh, that's not fucking good. Yeah, this thing just attacks whatever it sees. Or whatever, I guess, it feels or senses. So they hide into this building and everything. And then we get left off on the cliffhanger where like this light shines in on Momo and Okarun, and they're just like and everything, and then you just have it where Okarun transforms, and he looking like freaking Turbo Green with the long hair, and he's going after Gigi. Don't know why. That's where the episode ended off, but Lord have mercy. What a freaking amazing start to season 2. I was just balls to the wall like, what the hell is going on, bro? I'm just like, oh man. And this episode just got me back happy and excited the fact about DanDan and how great it is, and stuff like that. So yeah, look, but I'm gonna get out of here. As long, and that last thing, I don't need to. Can they please stop doing my girl Momo like that? I don't want to see her in a position where she dang near about to get R-worded, bro. I don't want to see that. I love my girl Momo, bro. She is must protect. She's great, but can we stop with these dudes trying to freaking basically SA her, SAing her, bro. I've had enough with these, with dudes. We got it in season 1, episode 1, where she dang near almost got a robot dick up her butt, and next thing you know, season 2, episode 1, she's basically almost about to get freaking assaulted, sexually, mind you, in the hot springs. Please stop doing my girl Momo like that. I don't want that no more, please. Look, she cute, she adorable. She looked good in that bathtub, I ain't gonna lie. But like, come on now. Please, don't do that to her no more. I'm done with it, please. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. If you guys liked the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts about this week's episode of DanDan. And hit that subscribe button if you want to get more DanDan content or any other anime content I upload to the channel and things like that. So yeah, but other than that, guys, since it is the 4th of July, please have a great 4th of July. Stay safe, stay healthy, but more importantly, especially stay safe out there, because 4th of July can get crazy, and you know there are crazy shit that can happen. But please be safe out there. You know, take care of your loved ones and things like that, and just have a good time and enjoy your 4th of July. But other than that, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, stay safe and have a great rest of your day. Peace.